I'm using this Joe Pass guitar, and this one really has a lot of Gibson in it. It kind of reminds me some of a Gibson L5 or a Gibson Birdland in terms of the tone. But what I want to talk about today is that right now really is the perfect time for the guitar ladder system. It's only $199. You can go to stevezookguitars.com and order it. It's about 200 studies. I do not send it all at once. I send a little at a time. It's going to feed your subconscious mind, feed your musical mind. It's going to create like musical folders in your brain and create new neural pathways so you can seriously have a quantum leap. I think that scares some people to think about the fact of having a quantum leap. They look at it like a pressure thing. It's not a pressure thing. It's like if I'm an audiophile, and like if you have decent speaker wire, it creates a good connection and you're going to get more sound from your speakers. And if you have higher quality, amp, preamp, etc. It's kind of like that. What we're creating a really good flow, and we're feeding, or I like to use the term seeding the subconscious musical mind, and we're creating a musical mind, because you can't just, when you're born, you have certain things already set up, like your brain knows how to run your kidneys and how to run when you're born. This is interesting, but it's true. When you're born, you're set up to understand. Your brain's already wired to, run your organs and your heart and everything, all the miracle of your human body. But you have to train your subconscious mind and feed the subconscious mind the right material so it creates neural pathways and folders. Anyway, I'm having a blast playing this guitar. It's so musical. 13 flat 9. So here I'm just going 4 chord, 13 flat 9, 4 chords. Sometimes I add this 4 chord to 13 flat 9. Diminish. By the way, the diminished lick is a great lick if you just want to create, kind of work on technique. I just love this. I love the sound though when it has just a little bit of amp on it and a little bit of guitar, but maybe I'll just come up just slightly here. Anyway, so if you want a sample of the guitar ladder system, just send me an email, stevezook7@yahoo.com with your phone number. But honestly, my suggestion is, have a little positive faith about investing $199. Just go to stevezookguitars.com, order the guitar ladder system. It's going to be a huge impact on your life. It's really going to work for you. There's nothing even close. I studied with Joe Pass when I was about 22. I'm 67 now, and he would always talk about when he hears one chord, he'd hear many other chords at the same time. So it's pretty interesting. But like I said, let me give you an example of that. If let me pull this a little closer. For instance, if Joe Pass heard this chord, he'd hear these chords with it. So here's the minor 7 inversion. It's minor 7, 13, 7 sharp 9. That's a really good example of what I'm talking about. But the guitar ladder system is something that will feed your musical mind and set up your musical mind for tremendous growth, and seriously can wipe out years and years and years and years of effort and practice, because most people, what they practice just doesn't create much results because they don't really have a system that's feeding their subconscious mind new material and giving your subconscious mind the right information to then connect everything together and make a quantum leap. So, if you just love guitar and music like I do, you just really want to make some progress, you can be honest with yourself and admit that you're, maybe a little stuck and you don't quite have even though you're probably playing a lot of really cool stuff, being an artist, whether you get paid or not, is about growing and evolving and discovering your own musical point of view. So my suggestion is don't overthink it and stop fighting it. Just go to stevezookguitars.com. Invest the $199, buy the guitar ladder system, and discover your own musical point of view and shave years off your progress. You're going to make progress in a year with a guitar ladder system that would take you years and years and years and years, and you'd probably never even get to. I know that sounds arrogant and probably overconfident, but I've seen it in tons of private students. I've said before, and this isn't sales bullshit, it's not sales hype, it's almost, some of my students, a lot of them, it's like they were born into a more musical family. So I know I'm a little pushy about this. That's because I really have something special. So go to stevezookguitars.com, invest in the guitar ladder system, feel good about investing in the guitar ladder system. Don't overthink the $199. I know things are a little tricky for all of us right now, but have some faith in money matters. It actually works. I'm more into meditation and metaphysics and not really into organized religion, but I'm a big believer in faith. I think faith is just as real as the sun. Faith works. You need to have 100% faith. And by the way, let's all try to stay positive right now. I know it's hard for all of us. I've got plenty of challenges in my life, trust me. But I'm looking at right now as an opportunity to practice my positive faith and positive attitude. But I'm really digging this Joe Pass. This is I probably sold 30 Joe Passes in the last 30 years. This is by far the nicest one. You can hear that acoustic quality coming through. That's not just the amp. Look at this. This one has a really nice ring. And I introduced something recently, which was this idea, which was major 7 to major 13. So going from like a major 7 form to that major 13, non-root 13. But yeah, the letters and emails, I guess I should say emails, the emails I get from Guitar Ladder System people are just so incredible. People say, after playing guitar for many, many years, and then all of a sudden there's things are starting to open up and they're starting to come up with their own creative ideas and find things that work. So I really suggest, I know I'm being a little bit pushy, but I don't do much marketing. So I mean, if something's resonating with you, you like the way I play, something makes sense, again, for credibility, you can go to Vintage Guitar Magazine, put in Steve Zook, read the review of my CD by the great writer, collector, engineer Steven Stone, really a sharp guy. He's bought 3 or 4 guitars from me, but I know I'm bragging. He called me a prodigious composer and player. If you want to hear some of my original songs, go to stevezook1.bandcamp.com or just do a search for Steve Zook Bandcamp. But it's Steve Zook, the number 1, not spelled out, and then dot, not D-O-T, but dot, stevezook1.bandcamp.com. I know what I'm doing, folks. If you really want some real growth on guitar, don't overthink it, and try to have faith in money matters. There's never a perfect time to spend 200 or 200,000, right? But the Guitar Ladder System is going to be a very, very meaningful thing in your life. So I highly suggest if something resonates with you, just don't fight it. Go to stevezookguitars.com. Order the Guitar Ladder System. Feel great as you're ordering it. Feel great as you're, pulling out your credit card or debit card. Just be positive about it. That's all I'm trying to say, because I've got 35 years into developing this, and it really works. I've seen, this is going to sound so corny, but I'm not kidding. I've seen absolute miracles with students with this system. It's just been incredible. Anyway, so major 7. This is one of the studies. I don't forget which one it is. See, those 2 chords go together nice, right? Major C major 7 to A sharp 13, and we could 4 1 2 3 4 5 6. We could flat 7. We could analyze. There's no reason to analyze it. It sounds good, If you just do that and then practice the same thing, maybe move it. Maybe add some, a couple. Add a couple single notes. the things that's really important to do on your guitar is to improvise. Always be working on improvisation. Don't judge yourself about like how great it sounds. Just always be improvising, you know. And once you get one of my guitar ladder systems, here's cycle 1, by the way. Once you get one of my studies under your belt, see what you can add to it. God, this Joe Pass sounds nice. I don't care if I sell this one at all. And then study 2, you add the shading with a major 13 flat 5, which is a great chord, by the way. And you can always cycle that down. But you know, ask yourself, every time you pick up your guitar, are you playing mostly the same stuff that you've been doing for years? If you are, you're not growing. And if you introduce a new set of musical studies that have taken years to develop, that were influenced by, you know, like I said, I studied with Joe Pass in my early 20s. This is all my original material. But he used to say it's the chordal work that creates a real musical growth. But anyway, so the key for today, the little thing was this thing, the major 7 to the major 13. And I like to come up non-root 13 non-root to minor 7 flat 5. That has a lot of Joe Pass in it. Augmented riff. There's a certain depth that you'll begin to hear. A certain depth you'll begin to hear in your playing when you improvise and stuff. And so like I said, if you want to shave years and years and years and years off your progress, just stop fighting it. Just go to stevezookguitars.com, invest some $199, order the guitar ladder system. You're going to love how it feels. You're going to feel great about doing it. It's really going to work for you. But the important thing is, and this is even according to the science of neuroplasticity, don't focus on results. Just be positive, be in the here and now, don't overthink it. Just, you know, this is a perfect time to do it. We're all kind of on lockdown. We're all a little nervous. Let's all stay with positive faith and a positive attitude. Take advantage of this time when you're at home. Invest in the guitar ladder system. Let's make some tremendous growth, okay? Whoops. I'm not real warmed up right now. Doesn't this Joe Pass sound great? This is really nice. It reminds me of, it has a lot of Gibson. It's an older one made in Korea in, I think, about 2001. But it has a lot of Gibson in it. All right, folks, take care. Here's this again. I'm really going to miss this one when somebody buys this. It's a beautiful sounding guitar. It's got the rare kind of chevron flame. But yeah, I know I'm being a little pushy, but I'm trying to give everybody a positive focus right now. Just go to stevezookguitars.com. Invest in the guitar ladder system. You're really going to be glad that you did. It's really, you know, it's going to work for you. It's going to give you some tremendous growth. And you're going to love how you feel, and you're going to feel great if you buy the guitar ladder system. It's exactly what everybody needs right now to, you know, make your time at home productive right now. It really will work, and you can just you do not have to be a member of PayPal to order. Just go to stevezookguitars.com, order the guitar ladder system. It's going to work for you. All right, folks, take care. Let's all keep the positive faith. And if you need a sample of the guitar ladder system, send me an email with your phone number and your email address. But my suggestion is just don't overthink it. I'm going to give you a whole year to try it. I want you to, it's not going to take a year. You'll get results from the first time you play a study. But I just want you to go ahead and send me that email anyway. Okay? All right, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.